So here's some cognitive challenges that we see. Again, comprehension, being flexible, and that's something that on the job site might be something that would really speak to those of you in voc rehab. Flexibility is not a real strength with a lot of folks with autism, and so you've got to take that into account and just not change things all of a sudden without warning or
structured flexibility.
You want a routine if you can. Problem solving, we just talked about that. That's going to be harder. A lot of our folks with autism get skills. They get a nice repertoire of skills. Being able to apply those skills or generalize those skills in the environment, that's a whole different thing. And a lot of our individuals with autism will have a great deal of difficulty taking what they've learned and applying it in context or in the environment. You'll hear people say, well, I know he can do that. I taught him to do that. Yes, under certain circumstances it can happen, but not all the time. And so that application piece is huge. Assigning meaning can be difficulty. Understanding cause and effect. This happened, so this happened as a result. That can be hard for some people. Object permanence. If I've got my glasses here and Joni sees them, but if I put my hands over them, they're gone for all practical purposes to Joni. She doesn't know that I have glasses. That happens with lower functioning and younger students, but object permanence is something that can be difficult. Attention to detail. A lot of times our individuals with autism pay more attention to the details than they do the whole picture. I remember testing a kid one time, and there was a sand table, and I don't know, we were doing something with the sand table, and rather than looking at the whole picture of what we were doing, maybe playing with cards or something, I think it was a rice table. They had rice in there instead. He was lining up the little tiny pieces of rice all along the edge, and that's too much attention to detail, and we see that sometimes. Social cognition, we've talked about that quite a bit. When things become more abstract, that can be difficult. Verbal reasoning, kind of going along with problem solving, being able to use your words to figure something out. Constructive activities, pretty good. Imagination, creativity, that's going to be harder. Means to an end, kind of the same thing as cause and effect. Symbolic relationship. This symbolizes this. This is symbolic. The flag represents the United States on a kind of a primary level, and then the relationship between events. Because this happened earlier in the day, now we're going to have to. It rained today. The rain's gone, but we still can't go outside.
Right.
The relationship between events.
Yeah.